Here to respond to that, Congressman Devin Nunes, ranking member of the House Intel Committee. Good to see you, Congressman, this evening. Thank you for being here as well. You heard your colleague from Rhode Island. What do you say?
Well, I'm actually surprisingly, I don't have a problem overall with more witnesses. I think what you have to weigh here, though, is how much farther is this going to go on? How much more taxpayer dollars are going to be spent? And if you're the Senate, do you really want to drag this out? Witnesses would take months and months and months, possibly. And I just don't think that the senators want to go through that. The American people don't need to go through that. I, however, personally speaking, I have no problem with witnesses as long as you're going to bring in all the witnesses, because what you will find at the end of it will be another hoax. And that's really what you have here. Once you find out, once Adam Schiff has to testify, once you have the whistleblower that has to come in and testify, what you're going to find out is they fully coordinated. Remember, the ICIG, number one, that testimony is the only testimony that the Democrats haven't released. Number two, the ICIG still continues to respond to our investigation of him in his office. So those people do need to be brought forward. You know, maybe Lindsey Graham, who's going to be on later, maybe he's right. Maybe it needs to be done outside of the impeachment process. But I'm not afraid of the facts here. I think the confusion here is that the Democrats are really trampling all over the Constitution. It's almost like they think they're in a parliamentary system, like we're in the, like we're in the United Kingdom, where, one party gets elected to the House and then they get to throw out the executive branch. So they've just never accepted this election, but I'm not afraid of the facts. The facts will show very clearly that there's nothing here.
Here's your colleague, Adam Schiff. Here's what he had to say about the case as it was wrapping up. Watch this.
The question is, with a conduct that egregious, are we prepared to say that we will simply have to accept that in this president and future presidents, that we'll have to accept the idea that a president can so blatantly sacrifice the national security of his country in order to get help cheating in the next election?
What do you say to that?
Well, egregious conduct, you mean like Adam Schiff calling up Russian pranksters that he thought were Ukrainians trying to get nude pictures of the president? That type of egregious behavior? I mean, this is the same guy who for 3 years said that he had more than circumstantial evidence of Trump colluding with Russians. He was seeing the same intelligence we saw. He's the same one that worked with the dirty cops at the FBI to cover up the FISA abuse. Now, you know the DOJ has thrown out 2 of those 4 warrants. So, the last person we're going to listen to is Adam Schiff. I think he has a very long record of having trouble telling the truth.
Congressman Nunes, thank you. Good to see you tonight.